So here's an interesting question with a very simple answer. Why does evil exist on our planet? And I'm not referring to negative emotions. I'm referring to destructive actions made by a few people. Why does evil exist? Of course, we can philosophize about it, and some people are born, some people have traumas, and the reason they do evil is because of this and that. Sure, of course, I agree. But it's more than that. Based on what I've seen, and I'm pretty confident on this, the reason evil exists on this planet, on planet Terra, is because most of human terrans, most of the population, allow it to exist and support it and encourage it, even though not willingly, or at the very least not knowingly, but they do it. Most of humans support and encourage and perpetuate evil to happen in this world. And I'll give you an example. Most of humans, most of us, we work for a living, right? So we dedicate our life span and health span, most of it, in order to work and receive digital numbers or papers. With those papers or digital numbers, we can exchange them for nutrients, for food, for clothing, for shelter, and so on. And that makes sense. It's a unit of exchange. It makes sense to have it if we're born into this system. Where evil comes in, for this example, is while we're working most of our lives to earn digits and paper, some people, a very small number of people, somehow, I don't know how, they have a license to print money. So we work for money, a few people just print it. You know how you print paper at your office or at your home? It's simple, just press the print button and it prints away. That's how a few people are doing with the money. So they can just print our life's work whenever they want, how much they want, and they're doing it. I call that evil because it creates inflation. Then we have to work more to earn more and still not be able to purchase as much as we did initially, because inflation is basically stealing your purchasing power away. Is that an evil thing? I think it is. It's not, it has nothing to do with equality, has nothing to do with logic. It's just pure evil. But it's happening and we allow it. We think, oh yeah, well, that's the Federal Reserve and European Union, they're printing euros, because they want to stabilize the inflation and all that. What do you mean? If somebody is able to print money, it means that money has no real value. And it loses more and more of its supposed value because somebody has a way to print that. And we allow it. We think that's normal. We think those people are there to stabilize the economy. How can you stabilize something if you just print away? You cannot. But it's a form of evil that is being used to enslave most of humanity. And we go along with it. We think the best thing we can do in our lives is to get a proper education, a good diploma, and then have a good job, to have a good salary, so then we'll be happy and we'll be able to travel all around. Other people just press print, boop, money, free money, magic money. That's a form of evil and we allow it. So it's up to us. Are we just going to continue doing it or not? But it's an example of how we allow evil to happen. Another example, war. It seems that there always has to be war. There's always conflict, war, crisis. Why? Most of people don't hate each other, even though you might think otherwise. Think about yourself. Do you hate somebody just because they speak a different language? Do you hate somebody just because they were born in a different place? Some of you might, and that's something to work on. But most humans, most of us, we don't hate each other because we have different colors, different genders, two genders, two genders, or we're born in different places, or we speak different languages. But here's the catch. One guy comes in and says, all of you go there and kill the other man. You don't even know them. They've done nothing to you. Kill them because I say so. Of course, they don't say it in this world, in these words, but that's what they mean. So they set up the stage for war and conflict, and then the media, that's where true evil exists. They start beating the drums of war, and they say Russia is going to war with Ukraine, China with Taiwan and all that. No, it's not. You see how they trick you? It's not Russia or China. It's not an entire country. It's a few people that have interest, their own interest, geopolitical interest, to go and attack and harm other areas of the planet. And you noticed they're not the ones doing it. They're giving out orders. Go there and kill those people because I say so. And what do we do? Sir, yes sir. Let's grab our guns and let's go there and kill our neighbor, our brothers. Because one guy told us, well, I'm just following orders, if I don't do that, they're going to put me in jail, or this is the law, this is... and then you start rationalizing your way to performing evil. So evil is actually made by humans who think they're good. Evil takes place where people think they're just following orders, regardless of the order, just because they're doing the job. Most of evil is not done by dictators, as we think. The worst dictator in the world, and there's a lot of names. I don't have to name them because you know them. But if you look at it, those dictators, they're not doing the real evil. They're giving out orders, and people follow their orders, and they go out and they kill their brothers and sisters, human brothers and sisters. So we humans are perpetuating evil because we think we're doing this for a greater cause, for peace, right? Let's kill each other for peace. Isn't that stupid? I think it's stupid. I think it's retarded. But yet we're doing it because there's rules and regulations. Yeah, the entire thing has so-called rules and regulations for us to follow, so that we don't accept in our mind that we're the villains, that we're doing those horrendous actions to our fellow humans. We're just following orders, right? You're immune to anything else. And then of course the question comes, well, what can I do? I'm just one person. I have a salary, I have a mortgage. If I don't follow orders and do all this evil stuff, then I'll lose my mortgage, and therefore, yeah, sure, the other guys deserve to die so I can have a mortgage. It makes perfect sense. Absolutely. But you're not evil. No. The evil people are the ones somewhere else. So the language that's being used is one of the tools that we have accepted as being true, so that we can perform evil things to each other. Money, war, these are just two examples. Just look around and see who is inflicting evil on other people, who is inflicting damage, who is hurting other people, who is hurting the planet. And it's not exactly corporations and dictators and political parties, even though, yes, they want that to happen, but they're not the ones doing it. I'm not saying they're innocent or saints, no, but they just give out orders. We humans execute them, and we perpetuate evil through our actions and behavior. Therefore, that's actually not a bad news to hear in a way, because knowing that we're the ones who perpetuate evil then we can just stop, right? We can just come together and start analyzing things and say, hey, what's this monetary system? How come we accept something that keeps losing its value, that keeps being printed for free, and we spend most of our life to achieve, and at the end of our lives only a few of us have some savings? Isn't it a good idea to consider creating a new and better system? Bitcoin. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just thinking. How come we're going out and we're killing fellow humans? Wouldn't it be a good idea to not do it? We have the dictator say, go there and kill those people. No. Oh, you're gonna go to jail. Who's gonna take me to jail? Another fellow human who's also following orders. How about if that guy says, no, I'm not gonna perpetuate evil? You see, it's about an agreement. Many humans have made many agreements where they can just justify doing evil actions in the name of whatever. But if we come together as a species, which we are one species, we can make new agreements to no longer harm each other, to no longer harm planet. And here's where the mind programming comes into place. Oh yeah, that's a very positive thinking, and in a perfect world that may happen, but I'm a realist, and in real world things don't happen like this, and blah blah blah. You see, mind programming from early age. You've been programmed that positive and good things cannot dominate the planet because there's so much evil, as if evil just comes, it rains from the sky. It's not us doing it, right? We've been trained to not take accountability of our actions, just following orders. I'm just doing what's what I think is right. Yeah. We've been trained to believe that we're powerless. I'm just one guy. I'm so small. I have no power. What can I do? I have to. Well, I'm just going to keep working to have a salary so I can pay my mortgage, and I'll let those other things happen. Hopefully, they won't affect me, and that's it. That's how you support evil, by not taking action. Do you understand? Passivity. So, and there's many, of course, there's many other examples. I just gave you a couple of them. So, if we want to no longer have evil in our world, we need to stop doing evil things to each other. And here's an idea. China wants war with what other countries, Russia wants war, America wants war. No! America doesn't want war, China doesn't want war, Russia doesn't want war. They're not entities. It's just a bunch of guys and women, bunch of people who make these decisions, and everybody follows them, and then the media portrays it as being a country who decides that. No, it's just a bunch of people. You have to keep things in perspective. So, there's a solution to this. Whenever anybody else declares war and invades, let them do it. We have a dictator who says they want to invade a country. Go on and do it. Let them do it by themselves. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 persons trying to invade the country. Good luck. It won't happen. Violence, when we're being pushed to be violent against each other. Whoever orders humans to be violent and to kill each other, we should let them. We should organize it. You guys want to fight each other for whatever reason? Go right over there in that octagon, bare knuckle fight, or use gloves if you want, and fight. We don't have to fight for you. We don't have to kill each other for you. We don't have to obey your senseless, ridiculous orders, which always result in destruction. We don't have to. You want to invade a country? Go right ahead. By yourself. I want to see you do it. It won't happen. So that's the thing. A bunch of people convinced most of humanity that they are elites and leaders. You see how the media says the leaders, the rulers. No, not rulers, the leaders. The authorities. No, it's just a bunch of con artists who convinced us that they rule us. But in reality, is different. We rule them. We select them to represent our best interests. But somewhere down the line, things have turned upside down, and they convinced us that we work for them and they rule over us. And that's when bad things happen. But that's not reality. Mass formation, I think that's the term. They're lying to us, and we believe their lies, and we think we're intelligent enough to know when they're lying, but yet we continue going along with their narratives. So, if we want evil to no longer exist on our planet, at the very least not at the same level as it is now, endless conflict, endless crisis, endless war, endless inflation, endless all this garbage, then we should no longer take part of it. We can start educating ourselves, self-taught, not taking the information that comes from the government. You mean another bunch of people? There is no government, it's a bunch of people. Have you ever seen a government? I've never seen a government. What color does it have? What shape does a government have? How much does it weigh? Where can I find one? Can I take a picture of government? No, because it doesn't exist. It's a bunch of people who said, okay, you, and me, we're the government. None of us is the government. We're all government employees. We work for the government. For who? Who's this government thing? Right. Government. So we can choose to no longer take part of the brainwashing that comes from the government, those a few bunch of people, and we can become self-taught, start using our intelligence, document ourselves from sources that are not tainted by the government, and then we'll find out a lot more information that we can use in a constructive way. So we need to learn more about ourselves and about life, but not from the official sources. And we need to come up with ideas and solutions. How can I make this better? Instead of saying, well, I'm too small. No, you're never too small to change the world. And you don't have to do it by yourself. You just come up with an idea, do your best, share the idea, and then other people might join. So if you look back in history, most of the biggest changes have taken place from just a few ideas and a few people. So you can do a lot more good in this world than you believe. That's a good thing. So we need to remember, we don't have to empower ourselves. We are powerful. We need to remember that we're powerful. Powerful enough to create a better system and no longer follow the disastrous narrative that a bunch of people are giving out to humanity. It's quite easy. We need to come together as a human species. That's how it is. Doesn't matter what color you have, doesn't matter what gender you have, one or two, male or female, nothing else. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what sexual preferences you have. If you like to have sex with a tree, go ahead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter when it comes to love and respect from a fellow human to another fellow human. But again, those few people, that bunch of people, have led us to believe that, oh, you have to hate your fellow human because look at his color. Have you seen the color of his skin? Oh my God, he's your enemy. And the narrative changes. It's different colors, different genders, different, and all. So they keep seeding in our minds, or planting in our minds, the seed of discord, of conflict, of separation. But we're not separated. Although in this physicality we are separated, yes. Energetically, you might be surprised to find that we're not separated. And most importantly, we have no real reason to hate each other. It's stupid. If you think about most of the reasons why we hate each other, it's just stupid. It's stupid. And it's been planted in our minds. And the only way evil can perpetuate is if we believe that we have to be separated and segregated and fragmented based on numerous subjective ideas. If we come together and just realize that we can love each other it's not that difficult, and it's not a wishful thing as you might think, then nobody can stop us. Nobody can harm us. We're the ones doing it. And then one guy comes in, or one lady, and says, oh, we declare war to this country. Go ahead. Go right ahead by yourself and declare war. We're not going to do your dirty job. Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't have to do evil things just because a few people tell us to do it. That's how it is. And the same with when there's protests. People are fed up with their governments. You mean those few people that are destroying their communities, and then authorities come into place and they establish order. Authorities, you mean other humans that we pay to protect us. They come in and beat us up. That's how evil takes place, by humans to other humans. You have to exercise a broader mindset just to see how simple things are. Not easy, but simple. Evil exists on this planet because we allow it. Once we stop going to with this narrative, and once we stop allowing evil to take place, and once we stop hating and harming our fellow humans and animals and the environment and the entire planet, there is no evil. We're the ones doing it. And here is where we have a lot of work. And here our minds need to be more creative and better informed and more open, and our heart has to open up. And then good luck good luck doing harm or being evil, and it's probably going to just disappear, even though, okay, maybe not entirely, but most of the evil is done by us. So sleep on it.